some really good conversations going on here about fake counterfeit merchandise, which I think is amazing. But these guitar legends from Jane's Addiction and Billy Idol have teamed up again for a good cause. Here to tell us all about an all-star concert benefiting Music Cares, please welcome back Dave Navarro and Billy Morrison. How are you guys?
Really well, thank you.
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us back.
First of all, I love the cape.
I love the cape. The cape, I've decided, is a year-round thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's cozy.
Well, I just came back from New York, and I just can't shake the New York vibe.
Right.
It was beautiful, it was chilly,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's kind of stepping back into the womb.
That's very true.
It kind of is.
It's like a hug.
It is like a hug
It's like
all day
a hug.
long.
Right, exactly. You know, it's interesting. I think when you think about rock stars, you think about them partying and doing their own thing. At least the first thing that comes to my mind is not often when they step up and do things for other people.
Right.
How did you guys get involved with this event called Above Ground?
Oh, man. Do you want to start that?
Well, yeah, I had this phone call from Dave, and it started with, you know what we should do? And like 2 years later, this is what we're doing. It seemed like a good idea at the time. We were losing close friends, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park, Chris Cornell, and also our own experiences of trauma and depression. And we just realized for whatever voice we have, we should be using it to try and get the message across that it is okay to ask for help in the area of mental depression, mental illness.
Yeah.
And if I might chime in, you have a story about a murder case about a mother who has just been killed, and I went through that as a teenager. My mother was killed.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so the trauma that stems from that sets the groundwork for that child to dive headfirst into a life of potential mental problems, because there's an undiagnosed trauma that has a physiological and it embeds itself within the body, and that child needs care. So a lot of times, I was saying, so a lot of times we worry about the victim that was lost, and that's tragic. But the real tragedy is that the lives that continue to move on. So this organization is really important to us, and for me personally,
You can tell.
because I have suffered
Right.
so much from mental illness, among other things. And Music Cares is an organization that treats alcoholism, drug addiction, and mental health conditions. So we naturally just gravitated towards this.
And I think that we're still fighting the stigma when you would say, I feel depressed, Dad.
Yeah.
Get a hobby. Or
Right,
join the
right.
army.
Smile,
or whatever.
you'll feel better.
And that's actually an attitude that kills people, you know, down the line. And so that's what we're trying to say is both of us have been through our own mental health issues, and by asking for help, which is available through people like Music Cares, we're saving, hopefully, at least getting the message out that it's possible to save
The
lives.
thing that I think that we want to highlight is that sitting alone with your pain is a surefire way to have nothing but misery in the future. Asking out for help, reaching out for help, is in fact a great strength. And people have so much shame around their illnesses, but the fact of the matter is so many of us suffer from mental health issues that the more we speak out about it, the more normalized it becomes.
Exactly.
And that's what we're doing.
The less taboo.
We don't need that.
When you guys actually structured this in such a unique way, because it's not like you just each come on and do a different song. Tell me how it's organized.
Well, he's the organization guy.
How it's organized is winging a prayer. To be honest with you, yeah, we've spent the last 6 months reaching out to our friends. You know, personal highlight is Al Jurgensen from Ministry, Billy Idol, Perry Farrell, Gavin Rossdale, Juliette Lewis. The list goes on. And we call these people and say, hey, will you come and do a song or two for this benefit? And of course, everyone is so kind, they say yes. And we decided, because Dave and I have a love of vinyl, the old school, tell a story, side one, side two, that whole thing. So we picked a couple of iconic albums that you can't really go and hear played live anymore because the bands don't exist.
And they both shaped us creatively as artists.
Yeah.
And are pretty responsible for who we are today.
And
in a lot of ways.
We're going to play both of those records as they sounded. And it's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And I'm really honored to be able to do it.
All the proceeds go to Music Cares, and that goes directly to funds that help put people into treatment, for people on the ground that are suffering right away, treatment. And they also work in the medical field, in alcoholism. So this is a great place to put this energy. And also it's a great time to put forth the energy because in such a divided nation right now, to have the focus be on something that we can all access in our hearts is really what's imperative. That's the thing that brings us together.
You guys did the most incredible job of explaining why this is so important. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Above Ground is going down Monday, September 16th at the Fonda Theater in Hollywood. For tickets, go to axs.com. You guys, seriously, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Amazing job.
It's an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.